Good afternoon, Liberians. We'll put this in the back. Good afternoon, Liberians. I'm Emmanuel G. Sapulusia. Today, again, we're trying to bring you another different side of Liberation Rise. And this Friday, we are trying to introduce this, and hopefully, it works as we go throughout. We're going to be introducing a brother here from the Liberian community. He's a friend of mine. He and I have been knowing one another for a while now. He's no longer considered a friend, by the way. He's considered a brother. But he's trying to bring an education platform here to us as Liberians in the diaspora and educate us on some things that we forget to do. In our community, when I mean our community, Liberian community, we tend to take care of everybody else, right? We take care of everybody, we meet their needs, but we tend to forget about ourselves. And this brother is trying to show us what we need to do to make that to change that dynamic, to change the focus, right? From just taking care of people. And I'm not saying we shouldn't take care of our people, but we should take care of ourselves as well. So before I bring him on, I want to introduce this video that he shared with us so that we can get a gist of what he's trying to put out. Listen.
With one decision. I was tasked by another leaders, because we task each other's. Lillian tasked us to go and send this invitation for business opportunities. And that day, she just taught us how to broadcast. And I broadcasted a message to 22 men that I respect them and I call them my brothers. And that one decision, one person responded to that text and said, Nelly, I'm ready to retire. Now, the background for this man, when I was in service, I didn't know him at all. He was referred to me by another referral that was referred to me. Just happened to be this man's supervisor. And when I met him and his wife, Elizabeth, they wanted to protect their children because they already had protection in place. So we did just that. And then when I sent that text, he said, Nelly, I'm about to retire. And yeah, I want to see what you do. So he came to our business opportunity. That one decision that he made, he got into license. 2 weeks later, that one decision, I ended up flying to Virginia Beach from San Diego to give him my full attention. I trained him, and from that day, this man has shown nothing but excellence in our team. So please, this is Excellence Award. I need you guys to help me to welcome our next speaker, the young man who's going to come and show you how he has excelled so fast in short period of time since November to now. Put your hands together for Daniel Henderson.
Praise the name of Jesus Christ of Nazareth.
I'm sorry about that technical difficulty, but yes, we are back. So that was the introduction of my brother Daniel B. Henderson. So without further ado, let me welcome Mr. B. Daniel Henderson. Mr. Daniel Henderson, welcome to Liberia Shall Rise. And today we are discussing index universal life or life insurance, as most people know it. But before we go into those other things, I must first warn our audience that in Houston today, it is a stormy day. It is stormy, the weather is rainy heavy. So for Liberian people, I know sometimes LEC can go. So don't be surprised when I want to LEC go today, yeah? Just to give that disclaimer. But anyway, my brother, welcome. And we want to know who is B. Daniel Henderson.
Thank you, Brother Emmanuel Sapolucia. Thank you for having me here today. It's a privilege and an honor. So, who is Daniel Henderson? Good question. So, I am a servant of the Most High God. I am an humanitarian. I am a father, a married man, and I am a veteran of the United States Navy. And finally, now, my new status, I am a financial professional. So what I do, I educate people on financial awareness. I educate people on financial miseducation of the middle class. Because right now in the United States, only 5% are doing well when it comes to wealth management. Because the 95% don't already know they have no system, and at the end of the day, they retire, but they still got to go back to work. So my new job now is to educate everyone, meaning no family left behind. So I was born and raised in Liberia, West Africa. I came to the United States as a refugee, 2001, and I resided in Chicago for about 4 years. The 5th year, I joined the U.S. Navy, 2005, and I excelled in the rank as a first class. I went to Iraq twice. I've been in the Middle East, Bahrain, you name it, I've been there. And I just retired this going November 2025 after serving 20 years of service. So, and now my new job is to educate families, to help families to stop GoFundMe so they can build wealth for themselves and for their family. So I'm an educator. I'm a proud financial professional who is willing to educate families. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Henderson, and thank you, my brother. We're no longer just friends; we are now brothers because we know one another, and you and I have common goals and share common values. So now there are many people in our community, right? And like I said in my intro, we normally take care of our brothers and sisters back home, our family or relatives back home, or even in the United States. But we tend to forget about taking care of ourselves. Now you are talking about index universal life or life insurance.
Yes.
Question would be, what is exactly index universal life, and what makes it different from the traditional life insurance that people hear about every day on the TV?
Okay, good question, Emmanuel. So there are 4 types of life insurance. You have group life insurance. That's the insurance you get through your job. So just a short story. While I was in the Navy, I thought that my life insurance with the Navy, it was for me, that I'm going to keep it. You know, not knowing when you leave the job, you have nothing. You leave everything behind. Even your 401k, your TSP, you leave you cannot compete to it anymore. So first life insurance, group life insurance is cheap, but it's not for you. The government own it, or your employee own that life insurance on you. Second insurance is term life insurance. Term means temporary for 10 years, 15 years, 20 years, 25 years, 30 years. So like you set your time when you're going to die. You say, you know what, I'm here, I want to get life insurance for 30 years. I mean, you expect to die in 30 years. So that's the second life insurance. The third one is called whole life insurance. Whole life take you to 100 years. But it's expensive. It's expensive. It's expensive. And also, you have to fund it. If you miss payment, yes, they will cancel your policy. This is where universal life insurance come in. IUL. The IUL is flexible. It does not just provide you life insurance as the traditional 3 life insurance do. It provides you opportunity for investment. So you are putting money into your life insurance to protect your life. It also gives you opportunity to build compound interest. The compound interest you are building, that money is yours. You investing into your future. So IUL, you use it as a protection, investment, and retirement. Because at the end of the day, if you have money in your cash surrender value, you can take money from there. And that money you can choose to pay back or you don't have to pay back. If you pass away, that money will come from your death benefits. And your death benefit will keep growing as you put money into your policy. Every premium you pay, it making interest. That interest is yours, and your death benefit is all increasing. So when you're 65 years old, the system automatically allow you to take all the money that you put in for your premium. So your money that you put in, your raw money, everything, you will take everything plus your interest. And that interest we're talking about compound interest. For example, if you have a life insurance for $500,000 based on your age, you can double that money within 20 years based on your age and how much you are funding it. So everyone have different type of payment based on your age and your health. So your health matter and your age matter. So the younger you are, you get a life insurance now, you are investing into your retirement. You are investing into your future, because this one is not just when you die. You get to eat it while you stay alive.
So you mentioned in your intro about stop GoFundMe
Yeah.
and knowing my community. We tend to wait until somebody dies, and then we are trying to solicit money from the community-based organizations or the community members and things of that nature. Now, how can we as a people invest in this and not be worried that it's just another organization or another insurance company who come and take our money, and when they take our money, we don't see the benefit? How can you educate our audience, our Liberian community, our African community, to know much about IUL and start this GoFundMe? What's the importance of this IUL when it comes to life benefit or death benefit, as opposed to this GoFundMe stuff that we believe in?
All right. So the importance of the IUL, number one, you are protecting your life. So tomorrow, when something happens, the IUL is so great that it covers you for critical illness. In the United States, the number one cause of poverty or the number one cause of hardship is critical illness, chronic illness, terminal illness. Talking about cancer, talking about stroke, talking about diabetes. These things, when you have it, the IUL, if you have critical illness, they will give you up to 90% of your death benefit. That money will come to you as a check. You can take that money and treat yourself to any hospital of your choice, or matter of fact, go back to Liberia or anywhere you're from, take that money, it's yours. I mean, if you have $1 million coverage, they give you 90% of that, you're talking about $900,000. You understand that? So it also protects you for chronic illness. Chronic means it comes and goes. So the policy will give you 24% of your death benefit every year, up to 24%. If you have terminal illness where the doctor say, you know what, you're going to leave this earth or you're going to die in 12 months or within 12 months or less, they give you 100% of your death benefit. So you're going to be in charge of your own money to share it on your loved one, or take vacation, or go to the church, go pray, do something. But you have that money, you're happy. The reason why people die over here is because of when you are diagnosed and you have no money, that alone will kill you. But if you are diagnosed and you have an IUL, you will be happy because you know that money is coming to you. So the IUL it gave you that freedom that I'm here to protect you. That's one. The second thing is it allow you to withdraw money from your account. You gotta withdraw money. And whenever we do an illustration or an example for client, we show them all the projection. After 2 years, this is how much you get in your account. This is how much you can get from your account. After 10 years, this is how much you have in your account. This is like your saving. You will see it, and you can withdraw money from it anytime you want. It's just a phone call away. The company that we have, they are A1 company. These are billion-dollar company. And do you know, Emmanuel, that the banks that you bank with, Bank of America, Wells Fargo, USA Bank, Navy Federal, they all have IUL. They put your money into IUL because IUL is the safest place that you can have your money, not in the stock market. Because when the stock markets go down, your IUL will freeze to 0.75%, so you don't lose money. So one of the rules that the elites follow in America, besides the other 95%, is make money but don't lose money. Because most of the middle class, they make money, but they're always losing money because they are not educated financially to know how to protect their money. So our company that we have, it also provide you index annuity. That's another part of our business that is really helping people. Because do you know you can protect your money as well? If you have your money in the account that is not growing, that you are losing money, you can also protect that money through index annuity. So back to the IUL, man. The IUL is a family miracles. It has over 62 benefits. I mean, if you start with 200,000 Emmanuel as a life insurance, if you fund that life insurance, it can double to $400,000. And moreover, it tax-free money. So don't tell me, say, oh, you get $1 million in your stock, or in your house is valued $1 million, and you say you get $1 million. You don't have $1 million because after capital gain, you're going to be having less than $600,000. But with IUL, what you see in your account, that is yours. Uncle Sam had nothing to do with it. It's a tax-free money.
Okay. So you talk about crediting from your account when it comes to the IUL. Now, the question is, well, in my bank, when I go and credit from my own bank, I have to pay some interest. And if I don't pay that money back, well, my bank can either seize my assets or they can seize something from me or they can put me in court to pay their money. So when you take money from your IUL and you are unable to pay, what is the risk? And if you do pay back, what is the benefit?
Okay, so your IUL from year 1 to year 10, if you take money out, which you're allowed to take money out anytime, you take money out, the interest rate is 0.75% interest. Less than 1%, Emmanuel. No credit check. You get the money within days. If you don't pay that money, Emmanuel, your debt benefit is your collateral. If you don't pay that money, your debt benefit is your collateral. And even after you take that money and your account is still growing, you can still go back and credit more money as long as you have money in your cash surrender value. So if anybody out there that is interested in knowing more about the IUL, what we do, we have appointment with clients, or we do financial awareness where we take your information and your age and your height and weight, and we show you your plan that will fit your needs according to what you can afford. This is the best place you can have your money. After 11 years, there's no interest, except if there's a hardship on the economy, then everybody is losing money within the whole year. You may be paying 1% interest after 11 years if the market is doing bad. But if the market is doing good, no interest. No credit check, you don't have to pay back. Your debt benefit is your guarantee.
So speaking about market loan or market risk,
Yeah.
we saw in 2008, for some of us who have been around here for a while, the
Yeah.
market crashed and a lot of people lost their 401k. Some of us who had little money, they lost it. And I remember people who had their saving in most investment and other stuff, they lost everything. How can you guarantee your a potential client or those who are willing to venture into to IUL, how can you tell them or convince them that their money will be secure if the market crash today, recession or whatever you want to call it?
All right. So let me take you down to history link, right? So back in the 1930s, right, during the Great Depression, every businesses went down. Everybody went down. I mean, the Great Depression. The only account that was safe was tier one account, and that's through life insurance. The banks were running to put their money into life insurance. The banks, I mean, JC Penney, the great JC Penney today we have, McDonald's, they had their money heading in life insurance, so they did not lose a penny. You can read these facts in a book called Money Worth Life Insurance. Money Worth Life. If anybody need it, you can contact me. You can call me on my phone number at 757-275-3872, or you can email me at dlion04@gmail.com. I will send you this book and you can read it for yourself. And if you also need financial awareness, you can contact me. What we do not sell to anyone. We just educate family so they can be aware. So yes, your money is safe with IUL because it's the safest place that the wealthier people put their money. Do you know the president of the United States have IUL? President Donald J. Trump. Do you know Elon Musk have IUL? All the richest people, they have IUL. That's where they put their money because it tax free. Imagine having your money directly into the stock market. Every time the stock market going up and down, you are losing money, you're getting heart attack. But if you have your money into IUL, you will sleep at peace because you don't lose money. The rule number two says, never forget about rule number one. You make money, don't lose money. And it's tax free. So yes, IUL is a universal life insurance that provides you the safest place to keep your money for your retirement, for your investment, and also to protect you. This is generation wealth. That money, it will continue to go down to your first, third, or fifth generation. Generational wealth.
Thank you. Thank you. Again, ladies and gentlemen, our audience out there, those who are listening on Facebook, YouTube, and so forth, we want to say welcome again to Liberia Shall Rise. Our goal on this platform is to ensure that Liberia will rise. We believe that Liberia will rise, and not just Liberia. And I'm getting to think that Africa will rise. So if Liberia is to rise, Liberians have to be part of that process. And in order for Liberians to be part of that process, they have to be educated to strategies, to ideas that can make them rise. So that's why our brother Daniel is providing us informations that can create wealth, not just for you, but for your second, third, and if possible, fourth generation. And for the people who read the Bible, I think the religious people, which our country in Liberia says we are a Christian nation, which is now supported by the Constitution. But if you believe so, the Bible says you should leave wealth, build wealth for your second, third generation. And that is what our brother Daniel is indicating here, that we, Liberians in the diaspora, and Africans in the diaspora as a whole, can start to build wealth, generational wealth, to support the principles that the Bible indicates. With that, Daniel, my next question is, who is your ideal candidate for IUL policy, and who should probably stay away from it?
Okay, so IUL, if for all ages from 15 days old, and a baby that is born that is 15 days old, they can have IUL, up to 85 years old. IUL is for everyone, but there's a qualification. You have to pass a health assessment. Meaning when you are above 50, there will be some blood drawn so they can make sure that you are healthy. So people, so far, I've been in this business since November. I only have 2 clients of mine being denied. One for abuse of alcohol abuse on their medical record. Second was height. The person was their height was they were short and they were kind of big. You know what I mean? They were big. So based on that, they were denied. But I'm still working on it to see how I can get them qualified. But IUL is for all ages from 0 to 85. And there's a health assessment for older people. But when you are young, 45 years and below, you get qualified just like that, as long as you are healthy, and there's also a waiver too. As long as you come clean to us and tell all the truth, we know how to work with you to get you qualified together to start your legacy. This is a legacy building, Emmanuel. Building your legacy that will last after you go on.
It's true. Like I say, indeed, because we know building generational wealth, as we can see, the Rockefellers are the generation after generation continue to be rich. We know the Buffetts, the
Yep,
generation after generation continue to be rich,
yep,
and so forth and so forth. And Daniel Trump is doing his, and we know in generation to come, based on what their children use their resources for, we'll continue to see. We see the Wells Fargo or the Fargos, as well as we can see other companies. But Daniel, what would be you talk about rate. I keep hearing something coming up about rate
yeah,
and rate and
yeah.
rate. So can you explain in the layman term what the cap rate is, the flow and participation rate in the simplest language that for a novice like me will understand? What does that mean when you say, hey, the term cap rate or flow and the participating rate?
Okay, you mean the rates for qualification or what? For
When it comes
qualification?
to the cash flow, like okay, I put my money in, let's say 401k, and they have
Yeah.
this rate of maybe
Okay.
5%, 2%. They fluctuate, right?
Okay. Got you.
Those kind
Got
of
you.
rate.
Okay.
Yeah. What's the
So,
cap rate and flow rate and participating
all
rate?
right. So, like I told you, man, our business we cover everything when it comes to finance. Everything. We cover everything. Even for living trust, we cover that, right? So the rates for the IUL. We have a presentation that we do Monday to Saturday called financial awareness. When people come to that awareness, they will learn everything that they need to know in order to pull their financial house in order. So the rate for the IUL. Do you know that your saving account is giving you less than 2% interest, like 0.2? Your checking is 0.1. So the IUL is the only account, Emmanuel, that gives you compound interest. I give you compound interest. The compound interest we're talking about between 8 to 10%. We have companies. Do you know who also invest in the stock market? But the only thing that different between people that go directly to the stock market, people that go through IUL, is that your money, you do not lose money, because you're getting the best of the business. When the stock market is up, you get the best of it. When the stock market go down, your money is locked in place, and you are making the highest rate than anybody here in the US. This is why the wise people, the rich people, the famous people that have money, they use IUL. They use it because nowhere else you can put your money to get compound interest besides you paying your mortgage. You paying compound interest. You pay car note. You paying compound interest. You pay credit card is compound interest. So why not get an IUL and get compound interest too? Because no matter what, you cannot avoid paying compound interest through your life, car note, a vehicle, and everything else. So IUL is the only account that will give you the highest rate. Next to IUL is index annuity that protection on your money. Or if you just retire, Emmanuel, you can move your money from your TSP to an index annuity. Matter of fact, they give you bonus. Some of our company give you bonus for moving your money over, where your money is protected and you are making higher interest on your money, and you don't lose money at all. You don't
Okay.
lose money at all. That's the two account that will give you compound interest. IUL and index annuity. Nowhere else.
Okay. Okay. So that's good. One of the things I always watch this and how do you call this thing? This commercial on TV where the guy gave, I think the guy lost him. He's the most consistent life insurance advertiser that I have seen the last at least 5 or 6 years now. And
Mhm.
he has his 3P, PPP,
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
price,
yeah.
price, price, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And one thing he says over there that is eye catching is he says, once you are funding, once you're making your premium, once you're paying your premium,
Yeah.
you will keep it,
Okay.
right? Once you pay your premium, you will keep it. Now, this is my question: is what is the biggest rate with owning an IUL? Does that mean when you stop funding, or if you honor fund or
Yeah.
poorly fund your IUL, then you lose it? I mean, what
Okay.
how help me understand
I got
what
you.
does
I got
that
you.
comes to
All
when it
right.
comes to when you compare that with what the PPP guy on the
Okay.
TV and the IUL.
Okay. So for IUL, it's not price. Because IUL is the most flexible account that more flexible life insurance you're going to have. IUL, we have the target that you're paying. Let's say, Emmanuel, you are my age group, in our 40, you're paying $200 for your policy. Just for example, right? It's based on your age. $200 for your policy. In that, something happened. He said, oh, Daniel, I cannot pay $200 anymore. I want to reduce my payment. I'll say, Emmanuel, guess what? You have minimum no lap. Minimum no lap means you pay 50% of what you're paying now. So you can pay $100. $100 to keep your policy going. If that's say if there's something happening, let's say you lose your job. He said, Daniel, man, I lost my job. I'm not working anymore. How can I keep my policy? I'll say, Emmanuel, we'll give you 4 years to find a job. 4 years. Index annuity gave you 4 years. The company gave you 4 years to find a job. No payment. Freeze your account. But remember, it's an investment. This is not your car insurance. What you put in and what you get out. So if the more money you put there, the higher interest it will give you. Because if you so small, you will read small. If you so big, you read big. So IUL is not about price. It's all about helping family. You can also miss payment. You can miss 2, 3, 4 payment. And they call me and say, hey, Daniel, man, I missed the last 4 payment. I say, you know what, Emmanuel, if you have it now, you can pay it. The system is very flexible. You can choose to pay every month, every quarter, every 6 months, every year, or you get paid one-time payment. It's that flexible. Very, very flexible. And it's not about price. It's all about how we can help you to build wealth. So it's your investment. You invest in it the way you want to invest into it. And you will see the growth. Every year you will receive a statement from the company. You can call me. We can go on Zoom, and I'll walk it over with you and tell you everything about your coverage. Matter of fact, if you come to me and I do your policy, I give you a projection where you see every year until the year you reach 121 years. That's how far IUL will take you. 121 years. Everything is transparent. It's open book.
So there's one other thing that came up one time in some other discussion about IUL that's called modified endowment contract.
Yeah.
So what can you tell our viewers about it, and why should they avoid triggering that MEC, the modified endowment contract?
Yeah. So you have a policy for 100,000.
Mhm.
Get small policy. That's small policy, 100,000. We give up to $2 million policy, Emmanuel. But
Okay.
you come in, you got money, but you want to, play smart. He said, Danny, I want 100,000 policy. I said, okay, Emmanuel, is that what you want? He said, yeah. I gave you what you want. Now you begin to fund it, and the mass fund of that 100,000 is 6,000 a year. Just for example, 6,000 a year. That's all you put in it. But you decided to put 12,000 in it in a year. You are overfunding that policy. It's too small to overfund it. When you overfund it, you will trigger taxes. So you will pay tax on the over investment because you put in too much in that small policy. So if you get money, you want to take a big policy where you get mass funded so your money can double. When you double, there's no tax on it. But if you overfund the policy, you want to hire money, but you're taking small policy. That's not smart. Then you got to pay almost same taxes on the overfund amount.
That's good. Thank you. Thank you
Yeah.
for bringing that out. That's interesting. So we talk about withdrawing or taking loans and stuff like that, right?
Yeah.
I think I heard you say normally the withdrawal, those are tax free.
Yeah.
But what's the difference between the standard loans and the
Mhm.
participating slash or
Withdraw.
zero watch loans?
Okay. So when it comes to IUL, from year 1 until you're 65 years old, you don't want to withdraw because your money is keep compounding. You want to take a loan. Don't be afraid to take loan from year 1 until you are 65 years old. That loan you taking, as I said, there's no penalty on it. But if you decide to withdraw means you want to take your money from your policy, it will slow down your compounding. So we tell our customer, take loan. You don't even have to pay. And you can take loan as many times you want, as long as you have money in your cash around policy on value. You only withdraw when you retire. This IUL is for retirement, Emmanuel. We want you when you're 65 years old. Don't go work at Walmart. Don't go work at St. Club. We want you to be at home, taking vacation, traveling the world, and they give you money every year. You can choose to get every month. So IUL begin to pay you back every month, every year. You get a choice. You will withdraw all the money you invest in. You will get everything back, triple, quadruple. You will even eat some of your debt benefits. If people come to me in my office, when I begin to tell them about IUL and show them example, they can be like, what? Wow, I didn't know about this a long time ago. I said, me too. I just found out about this. They go in November. And I'm investing to email. I have 5 policies right now. 5. Oh, yes. All my kids have it. My wife, my friends. You have IUL through me now. You know that. So everybody that I know, because this is the only way to break the poverty line. If you come to America for the American dream, this is the American dream. You don't want to leave the Emmanuel and leave your family stranded. You want to have an account that protects you, and that because no matter what, it's not about when you're gonna die or if you're gonna die. It's when. We're all gonna leave this earth. But when you leave the earth, Emmanuel, what will you leave behind for Sister Ruth and the children? What will you leave behind for them? The Bible says a wise man leave behind wealth for his children, leave behind assets. So if you are wise, if you listen to the sound of my voice, you want to call me or text me and let's talk. This is just a little bit I'm giving you all, but when you come to me, I give you in depth. I take your information and tailor a policy that fit your need, and that will end poverty. That will end poverty, Emmanuel.
That will end
It's
poverty.
very cheap. IUL is the cheapest life insurance that you can have.
That will end poverty. That's the voice of Daniel B. Henderson. He's a financial professional who's educating people on how to create wealth, to stop the GoFundMe, as he called it, and
Yeah.
create generational wealth, right? Look, the
Yes.
world is heading in the right direction. And there is one thing you kept saying, but before I come to that, Liberians, look, we need to start thinking big. We need to start looking at the world from a different angle, right? Like our brother is saying, better education, better understanding, better way of living. And that's why we all strive to either get educated, to get better jobs, so that our children don't go through what other people are going through, right? Or what we
Yeah.
went through. Now, there's a point I really want to make here, because I heard this in our community. Somebody say, "Oh, when I die, it's over. I don't have to worry about it." But I think just as you are alive and you worry about your son's welfare, your parent, or let's say your family welfare, your spouse's welfare, and all this stuff, I think it should be the same responsibility that we should take. That when we leave, when we're leaving, yes, you may not be able to pay for your own funeral. Yes, you may not be able to do whatever you want to do because you are there. But I want you to think, if you have any other expenses, like if you owe debt, anything you owe is going to come back to your family depending on the arrangement. If you have property, that property your family may lose it. But if you have something like of IUL or some life insurance, it helps at least to ease the burden on those people that you're leaving behind. That's the point I'm trying to make here, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So yes, you spoke something about age. We know of many things in the United States, especially when you have, for example, like those who are working for some company and the company have pension. So if you're working for the company and the company have pension, you register into that pension, and eventually they got rid of pension. When they bring in the 401k, those who had that pension still maintain the benefit as a pensioner until they retire. And then you who coming in under the 401k, you start from 401k, so you don't benefit from the pensioner. Now, my question is, you talk about the age 65 because we know at this current age, that's the retirement age, quote unquote. in the United States.
Yeah.
For those who now are signing up for RUL, because we know there are legislations or talks out there by lawmakers and other people to extend the retirement age from 65 to
67. Yeah. Yeah.
to the guy 67, the guy 72. I think they're driving most towards 72. So my question is, what happened to those people who signed up for RUL
Mm-hmm.
when the rules or when the law
Yeah. Yeah.
was
Yeah. Yeah.
5,
65. Yeah.
then when it changed to 72, what happened
Mm-hmm.
to these people? Did they
Yes. So
grandfather
good
in?
question. Good question. So the system is already set. You choose how long you want to pay, and you choose when you want to start taking your money. So there's two ways you can take your money. You can withdraw your money, or you can take a loan. As long as you have money in your IUL, you can take loan as many times as you want. No interest. So it's the same thing. You go say, you know what, I want 50,000 from a policy as a loan. No interest. They give it to you. You don't gotta pay, and your policy is still growing. But if the rule change in the middle of the game, I believe that the company will grandfather people that have already been promised to withdraw at this age. The higher the more company works. So don't punish those that already been there and they retire, and then they already pay their money, and their money is sitting down there $1 million in your account. You need it. You're not going to go work. You can get your money. So either way, a loan or withdraw, you still get your money.
Okay.
By the end of the day, they want you to take all your money, put in there, and take all your interest, and even give you part of your debt benefits. I show customer that. When they come to me on Zoom, I show them how the system can pay you, and they even go into your debt benefits.
Okay.
You are talking about 401k and TSP. So if people retire, they can roll their money over. And number two, also you mentioned about when people die, they leave behind debt. So with life insurance money, your family get that money directly. It do not go to probate court. Every other account, it go to probate. To avoid probate, we have a company called a company that allow you to have a living trust. Yeah, a living trust. That account there is it protects you that when the person passes away, your family will get all the money immediately. Because if not, if somebody passes away, you don't have a living trust, it takes years or 1 or 2 years before your family get that money. So we offer that. And it's not that expensive. You can get some for $1,200, $900, and so forth, depending on how much assets you want to put in your trust. These are available. You contact me, we can discuss that. It's easy.
All right. So to our listening audience, especially those in the diaspora here, if you do want more information on this information, please you can either contact me if you are friend with me on Facebook. You can also go to LSR and inbox us on LSR, and we can give you the information that you need just in the future. And if you watch this in the future as well, you can also ask for those information because we do follow our posts and we watch for comments, and we can try to answer those questions that are needed if you have questions. And as you follow us, whether it's on Facebook, YouTube, or so, whatever platform you watch us on, we want to say thank you for joining us. This is an educational program, and we'd like to educate our people because that's how Liberia will rise. That's what we believe. Liberia shall rise. So, Mr. Henderson,
Yeah.
so in every programs, every uh things that come out there, they have some risk. They have some people who want to scam people and want to
Yeah.
do some other stuff. So how does or what are the warning signs for a newcomer to IUL? What do they look for when it comes to over promising by an agent
Agent. Yeah.
or design
Yeah.
IUL? What are those things that a newcomer like me who don't know anything about it will
Yeah.
look at? What can you advise me to look out for?
Okay. There are many scammers. There are many scammers that call you. They say they are insurance agents or agency, right? Or agents. You have to be careful of who you give your information to. You have to see them either via Zoom or in person and ask for their identity that you have a license. I have a license. for Virginia, for Texas, for Maryland, for New York, for California, for Illinois, for many states. You have to be licensed by the state. So ask them for their license. You can put it in ChatGPT. They'll give you the license number. Put it in ChatGPT. Say, hey, ChatGPT, this license a valid license. So verify it. So ask for their name and ask for their license number. This business is not just done at the local level, it's done by the state. We are licensed professional by each state in the United States. So it is good to verify your agent to make sure they're not AI. The AI will talk just like me. They'll copy my voice and talk just like me. You have to see somebody by their face and verify their real or their AI. So we gotta be careful on that. You know?
Okay.
Yeah.
So another quick question that comes to mind is this: what if somebody who already has an IUL, right?
Yeah.
But that person feel that he or she was misled
Yeah.
and was sold an IUL that don't benefit them
Yeah.
as an
Small
individual?
policy or something.
Yes.
Yeah.
What does that person do?
So they can call me again 757-275-3872 or email me dlion04@gmail.com and I will review that policy and I will call the company and I can help them. They can call me. We face every problem because IUL, most of the time, you have an agent that read the policy, so now they're no longer agent anymore. They change their staff. You understand? Or because they were involved into so many corrupt deeds, they quit. So we, the active agent, we can still help customers with problems. You know, we'll review your policy and tell you if it's good or if you need to modify it, increase it. The policy is so flexible that whenever you want to upgrade, you can upgrade. You can have more than one IUL.
A quick follow up to that: what if a person, based on what you just said, whether the person is corrupt, the person no longer, but what if the person has a policy with another agent and they don't really like to interact with this agent now and would like to switch to another agent? How does that work? Is it possible? And if so, how does that work?
So working with another agent and the agent did not write a policy and they got no benefit from it, that would be difficult. Unless you come to me to fix your problem and then you stay with me. But if you come to fix the problem, either I'll be helping you to upgrade your policy or to get to help you, then you can give me some people that you know, send them my way. That's fine. So I can help you. Then you can also, one thing I want to say before we close, so I know you say you asked a question about diaspora. We also offer business opportunity. So people that are struggling to pay the IUL, we provide them a part-time job. We do. So our company offer jobs. If you are interested, you can call me.
Okay.
You understand? Yeah. So I waiting for that before we close, so I can tell the diaspora why they get benefit from this, how they get funded, and how they can get money for themselves.
So, and that's what was bringing us to our next discussion when it comes to agents and those who want to serve or be like a financial professional as you are.
Yeah.
So, and the objective of our program today is actually to educate the African diaspora, especially Liberian diaspora, right?
Yeah.
So, can IUL be used by immigrant or diaspora for cross-border financial planning?
Okay, a good question, Emmanuel. 1 second, I need to move around. I'm so sorry. I need to move around real quick. 1 second, Emmanuel. I need to put my computer on charge real quick. Okay. The good question you're asking. Okay. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah. So people. You mean people in Liberia or what? People outside the United States?
Oh, Liberians in the diaspora who think they can. How can they use IUL for cross-border financial planning? Like, I'm here and I'm trying to do a financial planning for people in Liberia and stuff like that.
Okay, so the IUL is for U.S. citizen U.S. Residents, international business owner that have banking in the United States. So let's say Emmanuel know John Brown in Liberia, and John Brown is an investor. But you have a business in Liberia, he lives in Liberia, but you also have a U.S. address here in the United States. You have a banking system in the United States. You can insure them, but you cannot insure a typical Liberian with all any U.S. connection. But as long as they have U.S. connection and they reside there, for me, I retire now. My brother go to Liberia, so I can be insured even though I live in Liberia because I have my property here, have banking access here. So I here protect people that are U.S. connected. They are connected to U.S. and Canada. You have to be connected through Canada or United States, a resident or citizen, but not for everybody else that don't have no connection.
Okay. So now, when it comes to interest, because I think that's one of the education you want to provide, is about how can consumers be part of the process of as educators, right? So, what is the one thing you wish every consumer understood before buying a life insurance or before becoming an educator?
Okay, so the first thing is that you have to understand how money grow, how money works. You have to understand the 10 rules that the elites are following. So the first thing, you have to be licensed to be a financial professional. You have to be licensed by your state. You have to be willing to help people because this business is about helping families. It's about helping family, providing family education. We are not selling anything. We are just educating our community so they can know that the real American dream is not having 2 jobs, 3 jobs, Emmanuel. It's having 1 job and using that money wisely. You can have multiple income, but not just by having 2, 3 jobs. You have to be smart. So we teach our customer how they can make money and have multiple income besides killing themselves. Do you know, Emmanuel, you can put your money to IUL and your money can work, be making money for you while you're sleeping? Instead of putting it in your saving account or in your checking account. People have money, but some of them keep it in the checking account, in the saving account. It giving you nothing, no return, and you gotta pay tax on it. Every interest the small interest you make in your saving and checking, you pay interest on that every year. And you put it in the 401k. If you pay 401k, Emmanuel, you are heading yourself to retire poor because there's a book called The Wealthy Physician. Emmanuel, I can send you that book. I know you are a physician. I'll send you that book. And anybody that need it, you can contact me. I will send you that book, The Wealthy Physician. He what a guy he said, if you we depend on the 401k as your retirement, you will retire poor. You will retire poor. Robert Kiyosaki, he said, if you depend on the 401k, you will retire poor. Because the 401k is in a roller coaster in the stock market. 2008, you reference it. Even 2022, the stock market went down.
Mm-hmm.
So having your money in an account that gave you compound interest and you don't lose money, that's where you want to put your money. And to do that, you gotta be a financial professional to teach our community. So we are here to educate our community. That's what we do. We educate you. If your eye open, you can see, then you can make a decision. So we are educators.
Okay. So before I can come to your closing statement, what is the biggest myth about IUL that you want to correct today?
Okay, so people think that life insurance is only when you die. Life insurance, people hear life insurance, they say, oh, you think I'm going to die? No, you're not going to die. You are putting your house in order. You're going to die no matter what. No matter what, you may live 100 years, but you're going to die one day. Or no matter what happens, You may get sick. If you get sick, do you want to go into your checking account to get money from there or saving account? Or do you want to get a check in the mail? A check in the mail for $90,000. Said because you have life insurance, we heard that you have a chronic back problem. There's money for you. So we want to save you from poverty. Do not be afraid of IUL. IUL is the best insurance that you can have for yourself and for your children, and it's very flexible. But let me just offer a few things from my company that we do for the diaspora or for everybody. We offer exceptional services to our community. I mean, business opportunity. We help every family. We leave no family behind. We offer part-time job. You can do the job that I'm doing as a financial professional, as a part-time job, even just a referral agent. You can be an agent and just refer people and you make money. If you need more information, you can call me again, 757-275-3872. I will tell you more about it, the whole presentation on that. We also help you to set up a trust. So tomorrow when you go on, your family don't have to be running up and down. Oh, the person down, but the money, the bank sees the money. The bank sees them. It happens all the time. The bank sees the house. Oh, your family lose the house because your account is frozen. They can do nothing with it. So if you need more information on what we are presenting here, call me, text me, email me. I'm willing to help my community. I'm willing to help everybody. I'm not selling anything to you. I'm just here to educate you, to answer your questions, and help you. So tomorrow, you can tell me thank you later on when you retire and get a $1 million or $2 million. You say, yes, thank God I made that decision. I'm telling you, because just working hard enough is not enough. You have to be smart.
And thank you for saying that. Yes, indeed, we have to be smart. Hey, and let me just to put it out there, Liberians and everybody for that matter. Let me be frank with us. What's the point of you working until you're 75 years old? You retire, and the retirement money you don't even enjoy it for 5 years, and you die. This is what I always suggest to people. Look, work now. I taught a class and I used the 6 days of in the Bible, a leadership class or planning life class, the 6 days in the Bible where they talk about God took 6 days to create the world, and He took that one day, to rest. And I just symbolize that by our life, from the day we were born, from the day we became a young man to a teenager, the rebellion teenager, to adolescent, whatever you want to name those stages. And then when you come to 60, 65, going to 100, I consider that day of rest. That's how I consider that. That's the day you want to prepare for. And the best way to prepare for that is now, while we got the energy to move up and down, right? And that's what my brother is educating us about. Educating us on how to manage our finances. That is one of the most important things in the world. Today, homes are broken down only because of their mismanagement of finance. In fact, that's one of the causes of divorces in home. That's one of the causes of breakdown in the society too. The lack of management of funds. So, Mr. Henderson, before you leave, what's your last word to our audience? What a takeaway that they can take after hearing you this day?
All right. So the takeaway here will be the day for GoFundMe. If somebody dies, say, "Oh, you put it together. Let Paul give 500. Help him give." No. While you are alive, you can set up for success and your family. Have an IUL. We can give at least $50,000 IUL or $100,000. We also have term, but our term, it comes with living benefits. It comes with critical illness coverage, terminal illness, and chronic illness. These are situations when it happens to you, you are confused because the money is too much. You don't have it. You don't have it. So get an IUL or get a term with living benefits. Everybody can afford it. We will do it according to your budget. And if you need money, we can help you to give you a part-time job through our company where you can work and make more money than your regular job. Imagine before I close, man, I want you to know that when I'm in the Navy, I was not making $11,000 a month. Right now, I'm making that. Okay, I'm making that. So I'm doing this. See me full time, but I do it at my own time. But this company that I work for, Emmanuel, they are there. You can make up to $1 million a year if you want to. And it don't matter who brought you in the business. It depends on your work ethic. It depends on how far you want to go. There's people in this company are making $14 million. I just came from a retreat in San Francisco. And I'm going to Las Vegas in July with millionaires. Millionaires. So he says, show me your friend, I'll tell you who you are. If you hang around poor people, you'll be poor. If you hang around smart people, you'll be smart. If you hang around dumb people, you'll be dumb. If you hang around people that are thinking in the right direction, you will think the same way. So my advice to everyone listening to the sound of my voice, be smart. Have a living trust. Have an IUL. Call me. I will help you. If you're not making money, I can help you make money. Trust me on that. And we cover the United States and Canada.
That's the voice.
I appreciate it.
You're welcome. That's the voice of Daniel B. Henderson, a financial professional who is helping to change the lives of people. He said, no family left behind. So every one of us should be marching forward. With that, I want to say thank you, Mr. Henderson, for your insight. And again, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to be following our comments in our Facebook page or YouTube channel to follow up on any questions that you have, and we'll give you more information on whatever you want to know about an IUL. I think it's a good deal. I'm involved in it, and I think it works for everybody, right? Yeah. The American dream, let us make it the Liberia dream. Liberia shall rise if we are well educated and well informed. With that, we want to say, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for your time. Thank you to our audience. Thank you. I want to extend thanks to Lillian, Mr. Lillian Martin. I think make sure I got it.
That's a long last name.
Lillian Matuku Muta
Kwasaki.
Krasowski. Sorry for butchering your name. Mr. Kekula, Ms. Nelly Kingibi. So I want to say thank you for joining us today, and all those that will listen to us in the future, we want to say thank you. Please share the broadcast and join us every Sunday, and we're trying to reintroduce our Liberia Shall Rise on Fridays when the time is available. So going forward, we're going to start doing our health. As you can see, my title is a healthcare watch. My focus is on healthcare, and I believe in Liberia Shall Rise, we should have a healthy nation. If our community shall rise, we should have a healthy community. So with that, I say, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for your time. I want to wish you a blessed and a loving day. God bless you.
Thank you so much. God bless you, and God bless Liberia, and God bless the United States.
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.